Hey folks, thanks for tuning in today. Today, Andrew and I are going to chat about what we are seeing with buyers that are purchasing new construction and also folks that are selling their home in an area in close proximity to new construction and how they can stand out against new construction as a competitor when selling their home. So, Andrew, recently we had a client that found a Toll Brothers model home and they went under contract on that. Tell us a little bit about that story so the folks watching can understand what we were able to get for this buyer.
Yeah. Well, first off, the clients are coming from out of state. They were looking all over the valley. And then they came across a beautiful new build with Toll Brothers, and they were just deciding what they wanted. This is a model home. It's the last home in the community that's being built out. And they were just teetering of what ideas they wanted to offer at. It was listed at 685 on Friday. At 3 o'clock in the morning, our client sent out a text and said it dropped to 598 and that they're very interested in writing an offer. So Kevin and I, like we always do, we put our best foot forward for our clients and we offered a 560. We got countered at 580 and then we finished at 575, fully furnished, modeled home, upgraded to the T's as best for our client, and they are happy.
Yeah, also mentioning the house does have a pool. Most builders don't include pools in their builds, but because this was a model home, that they did that. And so for our client, it was a huge win because they're well within their budget. They got every single upgrade imaginable plus the pool. They were looking at other new construction in the area with maybe a less quality builder than Toll Brothers that was going to be in that same price range without a pool. So pool, fully furnished, great price. And moral of the story is that if you are a buyer right now and you are looking at new construction, there are great opportunities out there. And these builders, they're motivated to move the inventory, and you can take either a cash discount on the price or a financing incentive to buy that interest rate down lower. So a lot of buyers, depending on their preferences and their location that they're wanting to be in, are strongly considering new construction right now. So as we flip the script and we think about, I am considering selling my house, but there's new construction in the area, what are the things that I can do to compete and to stand out? So obviously, anytime you're selling your home, you always need to make sure that the little things are taken care of. Everything is neat, clean, bright, open, and we need to be in line with what our competition is from a pricing standpoint. Advantages that resale homes have: if your home does have a pool, that's something that a buyer doesn't have to build, because like I said before, most builders will not include a pool, or they won't even consider building a pool. Secondly, in more established communities, the landscaping's more mature, things are a little bit more settled, and it has a more completed feel. So buyers, again, are not going to be dealing with construction and things like that in the areas. And then lastly, we just need to be sure that we are priced in line. So if there is a builder down the road, that's going to be the absolute high watermark of the pricing, but they are offering incentives for buyers. So if your home is comparable in terms of upgrades, amenities, and is still somewhat recently new, let's just say within the last 10 years, you can still be priced pretty close to those new construction properties. However, due to the financing incentives and then new construction being the absolute highest price in the market because everything's actually new, we have to be mindful of what is a buyer willing to pay and what will be attractive to them. And then what can a buyer get if they're looking at other properties in the area. So it all comes down to upgrades, amenities, and then most importantly, what is our strategy that we're going to use when we enter the market to create the highest amount of demand in the shortest amount of time? Because more demand, more views, more showings, that equates to more potential offers, which equates to you as the seller dictating more of the pricing and terms, as opposed to a buyer just nickeling and diming you down if you are starting your asking price way too high and then slowly but surely chasing things down, as opposed to being on the flip side where you choose an asking price that's going to cause a market reaction and then have it sell very quickly at or likely above your asking price. So that's what we've been seeing in the market lately. If you are thinking about purchasing a home, if you're thinking about selling your home, reach out to Andrew and I. We'd be happy to sit down with you, run through the options, and put together a game plan for you.